One long-term viewer has posed the question on a couple of occasions, why such an interest in the Bible and Jesus? Can we not have a change of theme on the channel for all of those who get it and find it a bit tedious now? Because if these people haven't been able to see the light for all their lives, then what's the chances of them being able to see it now? It's perfectly reasonable. And this person had this inquiry and made this request about a week or 10 days ago. And I said, well, I don't make my videos through any volition of my own. I'm moved by spirit to make my videos, and my videos, you'll know that they have all been a reflection of my life experience, and that's what I'm doing. I'm conveying my life experience. And it just so happens that in the last couple of years I've had some very, very profound spiritual experiences, and I consider that I know where to find the essence of God, the Christos. I know how we can do it. I found it. It's life-changing. It changes our whole perspective. But I don't have any adherence, no belief about anybody per se, any Jesus or any Jehovah or anybody else that's a body. I just don't believe in bodies having any governance over what we're doing here. I believe in spirit, I believe in essence. And what I found doesn't pertain to any of the gods that I've ever heard of. Albeit I've had, apparently, visitations from Jehovah, Jesus and Satan and angels. And for the life of me, I can't, come up with a solid answer as to why those have happened, other than those entities pertain to the Western culture. I never saw Muhammad, I never saw Allah, I wasn't spoken to by Allah. Buddha never gave me any advice. Vishnu or Krishna never came to give me any advice. And so it was Jesus, and I saw his face in that fucking thing behind me, and I heard his voice, and I felt the feeling, and so I've been doing research in that, and it complies with religious experiences. And so of course I'm looking into that, and I wrote a book about that, among other things. Now, in relation to having a bone of contention to small-minded people who believe literally that the world has only been in existence 6,000 years and it was created by this man in the sky and all this sort of stuff. Well, because I have these videos talking about these experiences, then of course I've drawn these people, and mostly they're the ones who engage with me, so therefore then I make more videos depending on what they've said. If anybody wanted to put forward ideas of different subject matter, I don't know, I might be able to make videos about that. I don't know whether I would, because like I say, I don't do this as a business. It's not a vocation. It's a job. It's a duty that I seem to have. It's sharing my experiences, speaking about them from a psychological, philosophical, metaphysical, spiritual perspective, even a religious perspective. And so I'm just doing what I'm governed to do. That's all it is. And throughout these years that I've been making these videos, I've travelled a lot of countries, and I've encountered a lot of things, and I've done a lot of growing and maturing, and so I've spoke all about those things. But now I move in very, very small circles. I don't experience any of those things anymore, and because of the vast amount of YouTube hours I've put in, seriously, 12 years, 10 years absolute minimum, every single day, 10 hours a day. It's all I do, a good portion of the day and every single evening. I don't do anything else. And so I've gone over and over and over all pretty well what's out there. Now, what is happening in the world as far as I can see? There are more and more people who are now turning to Christ. And I'm like, what the fuck's going on? We've got people like Alex Jones, who is a modern day prophet, people, because he forecast 9/11 way back 10 years before it actually happened. He's on the record. He's got recordings of him saying it, calling it. And I was watching Tucker Carlson speaking to Joe Rogan, which was a recent broadcast, and Tucker Carlson saying, how did he know that? How the fuck did he know it? Is he a prophet? Who can come up with an explanation? How did Alex Jones know about 9/11? Unless he's a fucking time traveller. And Alex Jones says, oh no, I just knew. So, Russell Brand falling to Christ. Alex Jones, a big believer. At the very least, Tucker Carlson is a mystic. He's lending himself to that with lots of things he's saying these days. Then there's lots of other people speaking about lots of other people turning to Christ or turning to spirituality or religion and this, that and the other. Something's in the air, people. And I can't tell you why I'm doing it. But I too feel a little bit like a prophet. Because I don't set out to do anything. I don't set out to make any of these conversations. Things get downloaded to me. Okay, talk about this, talk about that, talk about something else. It's very much like, you know, the Lennon and McCartney trait of just being fed music, notes, ideas, and then they compile this stuff, and it's genius. It was unfathomable to them how they could do it. The pair of them coming together and working so incredibly well, amazingly, just trying different things and just being genius at being able to play all these things. You know, they could all play multiple instruments, and none of them could read a note of music between them, so they hadn't studied it. It just came to them. And so things just come to me. And I just say it. And because of the literature that I'm reading is pretty well oriented in the supernatural, the mystical, and of course Jesus is up there. Now all the rest of the religious stuff you can throw it away. God creating the heavens and the earth and all that, all bullshit, you can throw it all away. But what we can't throw away is the essence of Christ, the Christos. We can't throw that away. That's a fact. That's something. The benevolence of what Christ said is most certainly a very valuable way to live our lives. And some of the things he did and said that we could do it, we are more and more turning our minds to that and discovering that in actual fact we can do those things. So he was tapped into something far and beyond. So we can't dismiss that essence. But he said, it's not I, it's not this human being, that what I bring to you, what I speak to you, where I'm pointing to you. The Christos which is in us all, the kingdom of God which is in us all, find it in deep meditation and in benevolent acts, because there is a place which we can find. There's a peace and a tranquility when we know that we are good, wholesome, solid people, and we don't have any skeletons in our closets, when we are pure, when we are clean, when we don't harbour anything, when we're not hiding anything, when we're not filled with hate and resentment and all this. There is a place that we can find, and I found it, and it is quite something. And when you find that, the world feels and looks very different. And so maybe I'm banging on about this because people are coming to me, and people are coming to me. People who have had deep thoughts about this stuff for a long time. They're coming to me now. And in recent times, I've had 2 offers to do podcasts. And then I'm speaking more. More people are tentatively coming forward and wanting to question these things. So, of course, there is an awakening. Things are happening. And the spiritual realm, Christos being the core, there's something happening. And I cannot discount or refute the experiences that I've had. I've no idea. No idea why I should have them. No idea. And so all I can say is that my videos reflect the path I've travelled. Now, for instance, I'm going to be making a video about the corruption of private dentistry, because that's my experience today. It's a good story, I'll tell you that in a later video. I bought some CBD oil. I'm going to tell you how that goes. I'm currently suffering a little bit kratom withdrawals. I'll let you know how that goes. But anything else, I can't just pick shit out of the air. It's not my thing, it never has been my thing. And so if I read some books, which is my journey, I'll speak about them. I'll speak about my journey. And, you know, so all I can say is if you have enjoyed my videos, then, I don't know, take a break for a while or something. Or just tune in now and again. I don't know. But I do, you know, even these days, I'm speaking quite a lot about Jesus now, but I'm mixing it up. I'm asking you, do you have a secret garden? I'm asking you, do you enter in these deep realms of meditation? I'm asking you a lot of things, people. It's not all about fucking Jesus and arguing with a numpty. I'm asking you a lot of metaphysical things, and I'm invariably getting nothing back. So you step up your game. You give something. You bring something to the party. You come on for a chat and tell me about all the things that you want to know, instead of just looking to me to fill in your gaps. So, other videos to come.